What's going on, guys, man? It's your boy, this As I Am Candle Co, founder, CEO, you know what I'm saying? All that, man. I had a guy reach out to me yesterday. He was talking about like his scent throw and different things like that. And I asked him a couple questions. I said, what kind of scent do you use? What kind of wax do you use? And like your fragrance volumes and stuff like that. And the reason why I asked him that is because it's not just about the wax. It's not always about the scent or the percentage. Sometimes it's the quality of scents and fragrances and things like that that you use. And so today I wanted to talk about some of the candle supplies that I use. I got coconut apricot wax first and foremost, which doesn't necessarily matter in this scenario, but I just want to talk real quick, like I said, about some of the supplies I use, why I use them, and how they can be beneficial for you. You know what I'm saying? You can have your choices with those. Okay. So without further ado, let's get into it. So one of my favorite brands, first and foremost, is Makesy. So I use Makesy. That's for like my vessels. That's for my wicks. That's for, like I said, my jars. That's for, I got a wax warmer from there. What else I get? My wick clips. Pretty much all my main supplies I get from there. And the reason why I get my vessels and things from there, they have the oil vessels, which I love them. Sometimes Macy's might be a little more, I would say a little steeper because of the quality, but it's good quality. You know what I mean? So I get my vessels from there. It's like the hard vessels, like almost like, I don't want to say glass. I don't know if that's the right thing, but they have oil vessels. You can check that out. I try to leave some links too as well. Macy's, I use them for the vessels. I use them for the wicks. So I have wooden wicks. I use booster wicks, like the Kraken wicks. And I use Macy's just because customer service has always been bar none. Like, even if I have issues where, I got delivered the wrong product, which I think happened on like two occasions. I've been using Macy's now like 4 years. Maybe on like two occasions that's happened, they either always comp me something, or they always give me a discount, or they always, you know what I mean? They always are receptive, and they always respond back to your messages in a timely and efficient manner. And they've always kind of resolved whatever issues that I've had with them. I don't think, maybe once it might have been an issue that we weren't able to get resolved, but it's almost always, I'm always able to get issues resolved with them. Another thing about Macy's that I like is that if you're a candle maker and you're learning, and this is for any beginner candle makers, if you're a beginning candle maker, drop a thumbs up or drop a comment in the chat just so I know. But I love Macy's because they also have like almost like how-to guides. So I've learned, about like my wick burning from them. I learned about kind of like hot and cold throw with them. I've learned pretty much like the aspects of business and stuff like that. They have, if you look on Macy's, they have blogs. And so in their blogs, this is probably like a few years ago, but in their blogs, it's like different topics that candle makers need or other candle makers have asked for. So it's a community of candle makers on Macy's. They also have like a private group that you can pay for as well. And you can meet with other candle makers. They have a team of experts that help candle makers. Like, it's a whole situation. It's not just candle supplies. You know what I mean? So that is number one why I use Macy's, because it's not just candle supplies. They literally have a community of candle makers. You have to join like the Make a Pro program, but they have a great customer service team. And like I said, this is not an ad. This is not a sponsor. I'm just telling you who I use and why I use them. And if you're a beginning candle maker, they tell you like what wicks you should use, why you should use them, what wax they go well with. They have the soy, they have the coconut apricot, they have, I think, paraffin, they have beeswax, they have all these different waxes on there. The only thing I don't really use from Macy's as of right now is their scents. And the reason why I don't use their scents is because it's not really the diversity that I want. Like, they have some sense, but I feel like other places have better sense. And so that's gonna lead me to my next point. One, Macy's, if you're a beginner and you're looking for kind of like a place all in one for everything, Macy's is the place to go. You can learn candle making. They have how-to videos, they have a YouTube, like all of that. They have blogs, everything that kind of teach you the basics, right? Boom. Once you kind of know the basics, another company that I use, and this is for scents, Midwest Fragrance Co. I love Midwest Fragrance Co. I've been buying their scents for a while. Another one you can use is Flaming Candle Co. Another one is Candle Science. Candle Science has Candle Science is really just a candle, like it's almost like a candle warehouse. Like, you're just buying candle products. But with Candle Science, a lot of times you're getting, I'm gonna say, like, you're getting cheaper items, but they're also quality too. It's just a different type of quality. So when I would have like these oil vessels, right? And they're like iridescent. They have colors. It's a harder thing. Um, Candle Science is more like a hard plastic. You know what I mean? But it still looks nice, and you can get a really good price on them, and you can get them in bulk really, really cheap as well. So Candle Science is one that we use for. You can do fragrances from Candle Science, and you can do vessels and all that stuff from Candle Science. The only reason why I don't always use Candle Science is because sometimes the measurements of the vessels are off to me. So it's like I have some vessels in there that it be like, these are 20 ounces, and it's like they really like 16 or 14. You know what I mean? So the measurements is kind of funky to me. That's why I just use Macy's, because everything is already there. Another, like I said, with fragrances, I use Midwest, I use Candle Science and Flamenco. Midwest is my absolute favorite. One, because they have a diversity. Like, you can go by seasons, you can go by scent type. You want something sweet, you want something citrus, you want something linen, you want something, you know what I mean, summer, you want whatever it is, they have it on there, and they have a wide variety. So even if you're a person that you're like, okay, I want a scent that's like kind of different, that people don't really use like that, you have that. You know what I mean? If you want something that's super common, you have that. That's why I originally got like the Love Spell and the Cocoa Butter Cashmere and all those things. I get that stuff from Midwest Fragrance Co. I love they scent, hot scent, hot throw, and cold throw, or the scent throw, all is great. You know what I mean? Whenever I don't like my candles, whenever you know what I mean, I do like my candles, scent throw is still good regardless which way you go. Obviously, you have to go through and you have to test scents out, because some scents might be lighter than others, but that's also good too, because you might have some customers who don't like heavy scents. You know, they might want something light. You might have people who want something heavy. Midwest Fragrance Co. is the one that I use for that. And like I said, the reason why I use them is just because it's a little more steeper, and there's some other ones I could probably drop in the chat that I've heard about that might be a little cheaper, but I get them because it's good quality. Like, I don't have to, the thing about hot throw and cold throw. The thing about hot throw and cold throw, sometimes it's not always your wax. Sometimes it's your scent quality. That's what I've learned. So you get what you pay for sometimes. So if you're going to like Hobby Lobby or Walmart, you might get Hobby Lobby and Walmart quality. You know what I mean? So those are the things that I use for wax, vessels, and stuff like that. That's Macy's. Scents, Midwest Fragrance Co. Candle Science. I use Candle Science for vessels and stuff too. And I use, like I said, Flaming Candle Co. and all these other places for scents. Now, this one, this one is where you're gonna get a lot of your supplies for reasonably or super, super cheap. So for me, Amazon. I use Amazon for not like my wicks and stuff, but my wick stickers. I got a wax melter from there. The one that I got from Macy's was more expensive, and to me not as efficient as the one that I got from Amazon. You know, I think the one I got from Macy's is probably like $200. I might have got it from $100. It melts more wax, but it takes way longer than the one that I got from Amazon for $69. I bought it for like $69 5 years ago, and it's still $69 on Amazon now. So I can do 2 batches with that one in the time that it takes me to do 1 batch with the Macy's one. So Amazon, you can get if you ever doing like a candle making class and you want to get supplies, Amazon. So if you're looking for different things like that, cheaper options, Amazon is probably the way to go. If you're looking for quality, as far as like candle vessels and stuff like that, look at like a candle supplier, because Amazon doesn't necessarily have that. But if you're looking for like the odds and ends, like I need wick stickers, I need a wax, I need a heat gun, or I need some glue dots, or I need some stirs, or you know what I'm saying, things like that, go to Amazon. So those are my 3 go-to candle suppliers: Macy's, Midwest Fragrance Co. for the scents, and Amazon for the odds and ends. So I hope that helps. I know it's a little all over the place. I feel like I'm rambling, but hopefully that helps. If you have any questions about what supplies to have, who do I use for what, drop it in the comments. Also, if you're a candle maker and you have some recommendations, please drop that in the comments as well. Till next time, peace.